in New Jersey. You're watching Fios1 News. It's 11 o'clock.
Happening right now on Fios1 News, America hears from the first two witnesses in the impeachment inquiry against President Trump. Plus, shoppers head into the American Dream Mega Mall will no longer be facing potentially hefty parking fees. And why a new apartment complex in the city of Newark could mark a major turning point for the city's economic growth. The news starts now.
Fios1 News, Evening Edition.
Kane, welcome to Fios1 News Evening Edition. Thank you for watching. We'll get to all our top stories in a moment. First, though, it is time for Weather on the Ones. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee in the Fios1 News Weather Center tonight with more.
Courtney, our temperatures have been falling off, especially away from the warmer urban areas. 21 at Morristown, 21 at Sussex. Trenton, a little warmer at 26 in Newark, still holding on at 29. Some stations may come close to record lows for early Thursday morning. The winds have really dropped off. We have calm winds across much of the state. We also have some high clouds that have moved into parts of North Jersey. If enough clouds get in there, that could put a halt to the temperature drop. South Jersey, however, sees mostly clear skies at the moment. And we've got clouds coming in from the west, even some snow showers popping up there, at least aloft, back over in central Pennsylvania. Well, we're looking for temperatures to bounce after another cold night. We should make it above 40 on Thursday. I'll have the forecast.
We begin tonight in Washington, D.C., where Congress entered a new phase in the impeachment inquiry of President Trump. For the first time, the American people heard from the two key witnesses testifying about their concerns about a delay in U.S. military aid to Ukraine. And this morning, the president's top diplomat to Ukraine dropping a bombshell, offering new alleged details about the president's push for Ukraine's leader to investigate the Bidens. Reporter Mona Kozar-Abdi with more.
Tonight, President Trump reacting to the first public hearing of the impeachment investigation.
I haven't watched for 1 minute.
But while the president opted out, millions of Americans tuned in to watch history in the making as the U.S.'s top diplomat to Ukraine, Bill Taylor, and a senior State Department official, George Kent, testified. Both men publicly stating their understanding that President Trump ordered nearly $400 million in military aid held from Ukraine to allegedly pressure the country's leader to investigate the Bidens and the 2016 election. But the most significant development to come out of the hearing was Taylor's revelation of a phone call he recently learned about. Taylor says on July 26th, one day after the president's controversial call with Ukraine's president, his staffer allegedly overheard President Trump ask Sondland over the phone about, quote, the investigations.
Mr. Sondland told President Trump the Ukrainians were ready to move forward.
The men say the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, was orchestrating the push for the investigations.
Was Mr. Giuliani promoting U.S. national interests or policy in Ukraine, Ambassador?
I don't think so, ma'am.
What interest do you believe he was promoting, Mr. Kent?
I believe he was looking to dig up political dirt against a potential rival in the next election cycle.
But Republicans in defense of the president tried to discredit and dismiss Taylor and Kent's testimony by pointing out that aid to Ukraine was never actually withheld.
Did they get aid in FY18?
Yes, sir.
Have they gotten security assistance in FY19?
Yes, sir.
And today, Democrats have announced that they've scheduled 2 more closed-door depositions for this week, starting with David Holmes, an official working at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine, whom sources tell ABC is the staffer that Taylor mentioned. Mona Kozar-Abdi, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
A change in plans for the American Dream Mall today that will be welcomed by drivers. The shopping and amusement complex is now offering free general parking for customers. Tens of thousands of spots now completely free for any American Dream customer. There are also paid options for valet and football game day parking. For New York Jets and Giants fans, the mall is offering free paid spots during games. Without prepaid passes, it'll cost you $30 to park on a Giants game day and $45 for a Jets game. The parking garages originally were going to charge people for parking every day on a graduating scale, depending on how long you stayed, but the plans have since changed. I'll follow up now on a suspicious fire in Jersey City. Authorities are investigating after flames damaged 2 homes today. Fios1's Brianna Talaka with those details.
More than 70 firefighters were fighting flames on Neptune Avenue after a blaze broke out shortly before 5 a.m. Wednesday.
We believe it started in 220 in the basement.
Neighbors were shocked to see what was happening.
I never thought about that, so it just happened. You know, these things always happen, but I never thought that it's going to happen.
The flames, combined with the super cold weather, made it difficult for responders to put this fire out. Chief McGill says squatters might have been in the basement of House 220, but it's too soon to tell what exactly caused this mess.
We do have stories of drug activity in that building also, so we're just checking out all the leads that we have right now.
In total, 3 homes were damaged from this. 15 people have been displaced, but the Red Cross is helping them find a place to stay. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. Reporting in Jersey City, Brianna Talaka, Fios1 News.
A celebration in Newark to mark the grand opening of new market rate apartments, which mark a milestone decades in the making. A new apartment complex opening today on Rector Street in the Brick City.
And I guess the significance of today, and one of the reasons we're having all this hoopla, is to send a message out to detractors who think that the city of Newark is not a place to do investment and a place to contribute to the economic growth and expansion of this city.
Officials said the development, called 50 Rector Park, is the first market rate rental housing development within the city of Newark in more than 50 years. A public hearing was held tonight to give commuters an opportunity to make their voices heard about NJ Transit. Fios1's Tom Murphy is in Hoboken to cover how state officials are making sure they listen to the complaints.
Despite all of NJ Transit's much publicized problems,
Nothing is being done.
its riders,
We're tired of waiting in the cold or the rain just to show up to work frozen or drenched.
say they are still being stuck by the service.
Buses are passing people by, leaving them at the stops. People are missing appointments at work, they're missing meetings.
And that's why this meeting is here Wednesday night in Hoboken. The special committee formed to fix those commuter issues held a public hearing.
It was critically important to give the commuters a voice.
State Senate President Steve Sweeney and the rest of the bipartisan group listened to commuter gripes for over 2 hours.
We want to hear how they really feel, because we need to fix this.
NJ Transit trains are 4 times more likely to be canceled than Long Island Railroad and Metro North trains. The state senator Sweeney says that type of service compared to the rest of the region is simply unacceptable.
We're charging commuters the highest fees in the region and providing the poorest service.
Sweeney insists the committee is working on improvements.
You can't fix something if you don't know.
And more hearings like this are on the way.
We got to get to the bottom of this, because you know, the consumer is your employer. You know, the commuter is your employer, and they need to come first.
Until the riders start to see results. From Hoboken, Tom Murphy, Fios1 News.
A Hoboken restaurant is being credited with having the best donuts in the state. Donut experts from Insider.com set out to name the best donut shops in all 50 states. In New Jersey, Hoboken's Alfalfa was picked as having some of New Jersey's best. The place is a restaurant with a full menu, but it also serves donuts with unique flavors like huckleberry lavender and amber maple.
The donuts were something that originally were not on our menu, but we decided to add them when we inherited the previous business. We hired their baker, and through him we were able to come up with a really awesome recipe.
And if you're a hazelnut lover, the place also serves mini cinnamon sugar donut bites stuffed with Nutella. Yum. Coming up next here on Fios1 News, we'll explain why motorcycle training course for police officers is coming to an end this year. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fios1 News, the one place for what's happening in New Jersey.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Acadia SLE1 for around $229 per month. Or get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain for around $189 per month.
Mayor.
All lanes are closed.
And the evening rush? Even worse. Fios1 News exclusive Beat the Traffic system keeps you moving in New Jersey. Beat the traffic with Fios1 News on channels 501 and 1, only on Verizon Fios TV. You're watching...
All right, time once again for Weather on the Ones. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee joins us with more.
Courtney, looking at the futurecast tonight, we are going to start off with clear skies. If we finish off with clear skies, we could see another round of record lows tonight. But we're watching clouds to the west and also some clouds that will be trying to come back from the east. I think there's a fairly good chance that we could be clear pretty much all night long. And then during Thursday, we are watching to see if these clouds do move inland or if those clouds from the west come in. But I think there will be some breaks of sun in between, and that should actually help bring temperatures up. We have a low that's going by to our south and east, so that's going to keep some cloud cover close by Thursday night, so temperatures won't be dropping far. But then those clouds will move out. We'll have a sunny day on Friday. We actually have another cold front coming through Friday evening. There's not much with that front. There is a colder air mass behind it, just not quite as extreme as this one. 17 tonight, Newton, Morristown, 18, Piscataway, 21 for Trenton, a quarter at Point Pleasant, and for Newark, Jersey City, and Hoboken. Clouds and some sun for tomorrow. We should at least make it up into the mid-40s, and then we'll bounce a little bit higher on Friday as temperatures reach above 50, if only barely. And then Saturday will be cold with some sunshine and temperatures not out of the 30s.
For more than 40 years, police officers from our area have participated in a motorcycle training course. It's coming to an end this year, but officers say the proper techniques and safety is more important than ever. Fios1's Jessica Orban with the story.
Knowing how to safely ride fast, maneuver around obstacles, and stop at a moment's notice are all important parts of being a police motorcycle operator. This annual 3-week training course put on by Northwestern University and Harley-Davidson is just as intense and fast-paced as a day on the force.
We begin by training instructors, brand new instructor candidates the first week, and then the next 2 weeks, the instructor candidates will instruct brand new motorcycle operators.
The group of students is required to pass several physical and practical training exercises during the course. Drills experienced riders say can be life-saving.
This thing is going to save your life out in the street, all right? The techniques we critique and criticize with these new students is extremely important that they use the proper techniques prior to getting up to the certain speed that they're going to get tested on.
Officers we spoke with say the training is important because police officers on motorcycles serve many purposes within a department.
Personally, I feel that the police motorcycle operator is the most effective public relations tool that a police department has. Not only public relations, but for traffic enforcement, and the motorcycle has the ability to go in places that a police vehicle cannot go.
Although Harley-Davidson will not be continuing with the training course, Northwestern will. However, this is the last year the training will be provided to officers in our area. In Holmdel, Jessica Orban, Fios1 News.
Still ahead on Fios1 News, the Justice Department introduces a new initiative to improve the nation's gun background check system. That story and more ahead.
You're watching Fios1 News, the one place for what's happening in New Jersey.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something, too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you, and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Acadia SLE1 for around $229 per month. Or get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain for around $189 per month.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf. Help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, eliminate IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now. Find out how we can help you.
If you see breaking news happening in New Jersey,
details, but what we're hearing from sources at the scene,
you can be first on Fios every day.
Somehow lost control of her car and that she struck 2 other cars.
See news happening? Send us your photos and your videos. Just go to Fios1News.com and click on the Submit tab and upload your photos and your videos. See news happening? If you see it, send it. And be first on Fios.
The Justice Department launched a new initiative Wednesday to cut down on gun violence. Attorney General William Barr announced what officials are calling Project Guardian. The goal is to better enforce the gun background check system and to ensure prosecutors quickly update databases when someone can't possess a gun because of mental health issues. The program also calls for federal prosecutors to coordinate with state and local law enforcement to consider potential federal charges when a suspect is arrested for weapons possession or is believed to have used a gun to commit a violent crime. A Massachusetts firefighter died while rescuing members of his crew during a four-alarm fire. Lieutenant Jason Menard died in a fire in Worcester, 45 miles west of Boston. The fire was reported just before 1 in the morning Wednesday. Officials said Menard and the other firefighters were working to rescue a resident and baby when they became trapped by heavy fire conditions. Menard helped a probationary firefighter to the stairs, then returned to rescue another trapped firefighter, helping him out the window. Fire conditions then overtook the third floor, and the hero firefighter was unable to escape. It's been a frigid couple of days in our region, but the weather is dumping snow and causing dangerous conditions in many places in the U.S. In Boston, officials preparing for potentially record-setting low temperatures. A winter blast pummeling states like Michigan and Ohio. Treacherous conditions leading to a 50-car pileup on Route 80 near Youngstown, while in parts of Michigan they had 30 inches of snow. Even the Gulf Coast feeling the impact in parts of Texas. Temperatures falling 50 degrees in 24 hours, enough to turn sprinklers into ice sculptures. High tides and rain Tuesday night brought the water level in Venice close to a 50-year record high. Officials said the rising water did serious damage to the centuries-old city. The water level in some places falling just short of an infamous 1966 flood. Barges, boats, and gondolas were stripped from their moorings as public squares, restaurants, stores, and hotel lobbies all flooded. Let's turn things now over to Fios1's Justin Walters for a preview of sports.
Jets head coach Adam Gase isn't going anywhere, but why is the Jets CEO so confident about him? I'll have those details. Plus, Mets ace Jacob deGrom has a chance to make history tonight and win his second straight Cy Young. That and much more is next in sports.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something, too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Acadia SLE1 for around $229 per month. Or get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain for around $189 per month.
The health benefits I've experienced from this omega-3 super oil have profoundly changed my well-being. I'm a more active father, a better husband, because I simply feel good again.
I'm basically the person I was before I had a knee problem.
I've been so happy because I found relief finally.
I'm having the movements and so forth back when I was 30 years old.
That product works amazing.
Start taking this product, you're going to be really happy with the results.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation. Omega XL offers a 100% 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. There is no financial risk. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order. Omega XL is a pure, potent, and highly concentrated anti-inflammatory in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule. Regain control of your life. Call now.
Omega XL. It works for me. It'll work for you.
All right, time once again for weather on the ones. Joe Chaffee in the Fios1 News Weather Center. Joe.
Courtney, what a day over New Jersey. After setting record lows this morning around the state, we set record low high temperatures today with a high of 35 at Newark, Morristown 34, 34 for a high at Trenton, 35 for Toms River. Just to put it into perspective, these highs would actually be below average for the coldest part of the wintertime. And if you seasonally adjust it, we're talking about temperatures that in January in an air mass like this, we probably would have topped out somewhere in the lower teens, and the nighttime temperatures would have been down in the single digits or even below zero. That's how out of whack this this air mass is. Skies are clear along the East Coast, but we have clouds out to the east, and we have some clouds out to the west. That's warmer air trying to come in. So between the two, we're going to see cloud cover from both, and that's going to come in tomorrow morning. If it stays clear all night, we could see more records set Thursday morning. Clouds take over. Temperatures will try to bounce up into the 40s, and they should make it, but they'd be higher if we could have gotten at least some sunshine out of it. We will have some sun for Friday. A cold front will come through, and then another high comes down from eastern Canada, and that's going to mean another shot of cold air. That storm off the southeast coast is not moving up the eastern seaboard. So temperatures slowly bounce up into Friday, still not back to normal, and then cold again for Saturday and Sunday.
All right, time now for sports. Fios1 Sports Director Justin Walters joins us with more.
For the second straight year, Jacob deGrom has been crowned the National League's best pitcher. The Mets ace won his second straight Cy Young Award tonight, and it wasn't even close. He received 29 of the 30 first-place votes. deGrom is just the 11th pitcher in MLB history to win the honor back-to-back years.
I said it was a dream to win one, but to win back-to-back, honestly, I'm kind of speechless right now.
There's speculation and rumors about Adam Gase's job.
He has my trust. He's a good man. He's a good coach.
Johnson also went on to say he hopes Jamal Adams is a Jet forever, and you can't blame him after Adams' last performance. The Jets star safety was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week today, thanks to his 2 strip sacks and a defensive touchdown against the Giants. This is Adams' first time receiving the honor. There's a lot of chaos right now in the Knicks organization. They're 2-9 and being blown out by teams right and left. But a win tomorrow night could quiet fans' frustration. It's the return of Kristaps Porzingis to MSG. The Knicks already got the best of KP in Dallas. It was one of their 2 lone victories this season, but tomorrow will be a bigger deal. Porzingis today says he sees all the negativity from Knicks fans on social media and that it sucks that we never really got to do something bigger here. That puts a bow on our Fios1 sports coverage. I'm Justin Walters.
More news still ahead. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS.
Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, get rid of IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify.
Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now and find out how we can help you.
Simba, you must remember who you are. The one true king.
Disney's The Lion King. Rent or own this movie today with Fios On Demand.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
You're watching Fios1 News, the one place for what's happening in New Jersey.
I want to thank all of you for inviting me into your homes over the past 5 years. This evening marks our final newscast here on Fios1. Before I give some closing thoughts, I want to introduce you to President of News, Rich French, to help me close out.
Well, you certainly don't need my help for that, Courtney, but thank you. And I wanted to take a moment to thank you for your professionalism and for being a pro here till the very end, which is unfortunately tonight. I'm also very proud of our entire news team and what we produced for you for the better part of these past 10 years. Thank you to you, the viewers, and we certainly hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed bringing you the news. And this is particularly difficult because this clearly was not our choice. We did not want to say goodbye tonight, but nonetheless, good night it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Rich, for the kind words. And I have very much enjoyed bringing you, the viewer, the news, the issues, and the stories that impact all of our local communities. We leave you now with a look at the names of those who have helped to create the newscasts. I wish you the best, and I thank you. Good night.
Restaurant Hunter on Fios1 News. You know we spend a lot of time visiting New Jersey's restaurants. Places where the food tells the stories. We go to these restaurants for more than just what's on the plate. They're where we connect with friends and family, making new memories and reliving old ones. Watch new episodes of Restaurant Hunter with me, Christine Sloan, Thursday nights at 8, only on channels 501 and 1, only on Verizon Fios TV.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Acadia SLE1 for around $229 per month. Or get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain for around $189 per month.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, eliminate IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now. Find out how we can help you.
For all things sports, tune in to Fios1 News New Jersey. Throughout the week, you'll get exclusive boys and girls high school games. Watch your classmates give it all for their school.
Over-the-shoulder catch!
Turn to Fios1 Sports to see our own Justin Walters provide local and professional game highlights. Catch us at the stadiums, keeping you up to date on the news affecting our hometown teams.
New Jersey only allowed 2.
For exclusive games, highlights, and news, watch Fios1 Sports.